Introduction. Have you ever felt surrounded by problems so big that it seemed impossible to escape? Have you ever had your faith tested to the point of questioning whether God is really with you? Today we're going to dive into the story of Daniel, a man who faced lions, literally, and emerged victorious. And here's the main point. The same God who was with Daniel in that den can transform your life today, no matter how fierce the challenges you face. In this video you'll discover how unwavering faith can bring miracles, courage, and peace amid life's storms. Stay until the end and learn practical lessons to overcome the lions trying to take you down. Historical context. Daniel lived in the powerful Babylonian Empire, ruled by King Darius. He was a wise and faithful man who stood out so much that the king appointed him as one of the main administrators of the kingdom. But this aroused envy among the other leaders. The Bible tells us in Daniel 6 verse 3, "Then this same Daniel distinguished himself above the governors and satraps, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king planned to set him over the whole realm. Therefore Daniel's enemies conspired against him. In their wickedness, they created a decree that forbade prayers for 30 days, knowing that Daniel would never give up his faith in the God of Israel." Daniel's response, unwavering faith. And now, what would you do in such a situation? Daniel knew about the decree, but he did not let it disrupt his prayer routine. The Bible tells us in Daniel 6 verse 10, "Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God as he did aforetime." Daniel knew that God was greater than any human decree. He prayed openly and publicly, trusting fully in the Lord. Reflection. How many times do we let the fear of criticism or rejection keep us from God? Daniel's courage challenges us to keep our faith, even in difficult times. As Psalm 56 verse 3 tells us, "What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee." Daniel in the lion's den. The conspirators reported Daniel, and King Darius, though reluctant, could not revoke the law he had signed. That night, Daniel was taken to the lion's den. The Bible describes in Daniel 6 verse 16, "Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel, and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee." Imagine the weight of that moment. The dark pit, the roars of the lions echoing, and Daniel being slowly lowered. But he was not alone. Daniel prayed once more, "Lord, I am in your hands. Thy will be done." Meanwhile, King Darius spent the night in anguish, as it is written in Daniel 6 verse 18. "Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him." The miracle at dawn. When the sun rose, King Darius rushed to the den and shouted, as it says in Daniel 6 verse 20, "O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God, whom thou servest continually, able to deliver thee from the lions?" And Daniel's response echoed, bringing hope, "O King, live forever. My God hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. Forasmuch as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O King, have I done no hurt." Daniel 6 verses 21 to 22. Reflection. This miracle was not just to save Daniel, but to demonstrate the power of God. As it is written in Psalm 34 verse 7, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them." Final reflection and practical application. And what can we learn from this story? Daniel teaches us 3 important lessons. Strength comes from communion with God. He prayed daily and knew that his connection with God was his greatest weapon. As it says in Philippians 4 verse 6, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be made known unto God." Trust in God above fear. Even when all seemed lost, he remained steadfast. The power of a testimony. The miracle in Daniel's life touched an entire kingdom, as proclaimed by King Darius in Daniel 6 verses 26 to 27. "I make a decree, that in every dominion of my kingdom men tremble and fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heaven and in earth. And you? What are the lions you face today? Fear, anxiety, financial problems? Remember, the same God who saved Daniel is by your side. Trust in him and see how he can transform your life. If this story spoke to your heart, leave a comment telling us what was the biggest challenge to your faith and how you overcame it. Share this video to inspire others, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories that strengthen your faith.